Hello everyone, welcome to the UCL Artificial Intelligence Society Machine Learning Tutorial Series. I'm Danny, and I'm in charge of planning and making our tutorial series as this year's head of tutorials. Today, probably just right now, our first course material is released on our GitHub, and the purpose of this video is to give you a brief introduction to our course logistics and tell you how to get started. Before we begin, here's our wonderful tutorials team. Starting from the left, that's me. My name is Danny Kim, and this year I'm in charge of creating and maintaining our ML tutorial series as a head of tutorials. And I'm a third-year undergraduate computer science student. In the middle is Kamen, and our ML officer, who is studying MSc Computational Statistics and Machine Learning. On the right side is Jen Chow, our ML officer, and he's studying MSc Integrated Machine Learning System. So, first of all, before I introduce our course structure, I have one thing to clarify. Out of hundreds of perfect ML tutorials that are delivered by prestigious universities, we have one small, or maybe a big, difference in terms of instructional strategy. It's flipped learning. The main purpose of this tutorial is to give you great guidance to your study. I personally think that just listening to the lecture doesn't make us knowledgeable in that topic. Especially in the world of computer science or programming, it is more so than other fields. That's why we chose a flipped classroom as our instructional strategy. For those of you who don't know what flipped classroom is, a flipped classroom is a type of blended learning where students are introduced to the content first and then listening to the lectures or working through the content in the teaching session. This is the reverse of the more common practice, which is firstly introducing new content at school, then assigning homework and projects to be completed by students at home. Therefore, you will firstly be given a problem set, and then you can join our classroom later on, where you can ask questions you may have, or so can listen to the lecture. So here's our plan. As can be seen in the calendar, and because you'll be doing a flipped learning, code will be released first, and then we will give you 2 weeks to complete our notebook and play around with the technology you've learned. 2 weeks later from the date you were given your problem notebook, we'll do a live session with pre-recorded lecture plus a solutions walkthrough of the notebook that you've given. All the solution files will be uploaded on the same repository, which means that the deadline for the first session will be the 5th of November. Letters on the right side of the arrow are the topics that we will covering that day. So as the first session, you will learn basic toolkits which are necessary for building ML agents, such as NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib. For more detailed information, please check our tutorial repository in our society's GitHub or our website tutorial page. So, how do you actually complete your work? What you're seeing right now is a screenshot of part of our tutorial notebooks. In the notebook that I'll be releasing every tutorial day will contain useful resources such as URLs of useful blogs and websites, etc. And all the comments and markdown cells in the notebook will also teach you how to do certain techniques or how to use certain library. And this will guide your self-learning before you take our lecture and solution walkthrough session next time. All you need to do is to follow the written guidelines and fill in the blank. What I meant by blank was these nones you can see on the screenshot, which will not let the code run, and to-dos that are commented out. You should replace this non-keyword with appropriate numbers or variables or some piece of code. So for example, on the left side, the NumPy example, you can replace the first none with ones, making np.ones. Okay, great. So now you have 2 weeks to finish the notebook. Good luck and happy coding, happy learning.